Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the Lost City of Vedranis. Derek is making the whole party laugh, which is exactly what we need. Let's go ahead and just see what everybody's been up to. Let's just start with Derek because this is your punishment. How have you been?
No.
On the crucible.
No, Derek's
I am,
punishment is he has to do the noise he just did before
yeah,
it went live.
I
Oh,
don't know. I don't know
no.
about you. I don't know about you guys, but we're gonna have ourselves nice little bonus show where every time we do like the behind the scenes at the end, it's just going to be an hour of eating with every single one of the players, and I'm gonna eat a big burger, and it's gonna sound like it's ASMR, and it's gonna be like, fucking burger, delicious. It's gonna be terrible.
God.
It's gonna be terrible. But hello everybody. My name is Derek from atop Derek Mountain. You just heard my throat do terrible things. As of late, I've been going ahead and teaching others to do voiceover stuff, and I am no teacher, but I'm trying, and it's been an absolute blast doing so. And now I'm here to party with these wonderful gentlemen and ladies. Let's hit it.
Glad to have you as always. Isla, how have you been?
I've been good. It's been a quiet week, actually. That's actually all I have to report. Once again, just been stoked and waiting for Thursday to roll around. I've not had much tabletop action in the last week, actually. This has been pretty much it since last Thursday, so I'm eager. I'm eager to get going. So yeah.
That's pretty much how I am. I'm always like just waiting for Thursday now. That's just pretty much how life goes. So, but Justin, how are you?
I don't know. I'm good. I'm allergy season's here in Minnesota, so I'm just kind of good. I'm also kind of like, but like everyone else, just excited for Thursday. I'm Doc Rimbo. I use he, him, they, them pronouns, and this is one of my favorite nights of the week.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Definitely top 7. No, just kidding. It's up there. It's up
it's
there.
up there. Yeah. Oh, amazing. Gray, how have you been?
I have been pretty decent. It's been a good week. I'm vibing super high with y'all today. Stoked it's Thursday. And yeah, I'm ready to see what we get into today.
Trouble, probably. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And how?
And how? All right. Well, let's do a little bit of a recap, shall we? Last week, you guys made your first journey into Vedranis. You had traveled for some days through the Old Croak Market in trying to find some sort of giant bug that had decimated some adventuring party that you guys were tasked to go and find and destroy, or just find the arm of the person who ended up surviving. This seems to be his only care, is to get his arm back. You guys traveled and came across many abandoned homes with white X's marked on the doors. As you guys continued your journey, you had a run-in with a terrifying crow who was mimicking a person. You guys destroyed it in its entirety. You shot it in a puff of feathers. That evening, during Vader's watch, you came across a group of plague doctors known as the Chirurgeons. One of them wanted to check and make sure that you weren't displaying symptoms of plague. Apparently there is such a disease, some sort of a malady or something coursing through the Old Croak Market, and these Chirurgeons are the caretakers of this place. You allowed him in to take a look at you. He explained to you guys that they are kind of the not the armed forces, but kind of the ruling faction, you could say, in the Old Croak Market, and explicitly told you to not come between them and their work. They told you some of the symptoms of the plague, I believe. Fever, sore throat, headache, and later stages, hyper-aggression. You guys checked out in your checkup. None of you were sick, and you guys continued on in your night. You traveled for a few more days before hitting a very heavy thunderstorm, which you rested for in the home that you guys had found for the better part of a few hours before making your journey late into the night. You then came across a homestead where you heard a woman screaming, and a very familiar voice of this Chirurgeon saying that this woman's child had been displaying signs of plague, symptoms of plague, and they were going to take this child to the asylum where they could be better cared for. Wisp and Vodder decided to try to sneak up and see what they could see, while Kimura and Calder kind of tried to get a raised position to see what else was going on. Nock decided to run straight in, and that is where we're going to begin. So, once I get my change of music, I'll bring you over to the map, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Before we do that,
Yes.
can I remind Ray that Wisp has advantage on this roll?
Thank
Because I touched her on the shoulder
That is
Like,
right. That was a while
way
ago.
long ago.
Yeah.
And the next time she rolls initiative, she has advantage.
you.
100%.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take that 19.
Okay, let me add you guys. Since we're doing it through Roll20, it doesn't automatically add you guys to the turn, so bear with me as we get you guys all sorted out.
Sure.
You should be able to see what your character can see on the map. It is dark, so Vodder, you should
That's
be
a
able to see.
9.14. And the 0.14 is just this thing that it breaks a tie if we need to break it.
Right.
But I'm guessing that Isla's character will go before mine.
Okay. So yeah, Vodder, you should be able to see quite everything. What you guys see is a cluster of homes. You see a dark mass near two of these homes, which is the darkness spell that Wisp cast on the Chirurgeon's mask. And so there's a darkness spell. You hear screams of panic and whatnot as you guys approach. Let me just get some initiatives in here. Knock rolled an 11. Wisp rolled a 19. Ooh. An 11 for Vodder, and then I need to roll for some guys.
For some dudes.
For some
Roll
dudes.
some dude initiatives.
For some
dude faces.
some dude faces. We'll see if Calder lives up to whatever expectation he might have.
Oh, that motherfucker better.
He's got a +1. He rolled an 11. And then we need to roll for... +1. Oh, a natural 20 on one of these Chirurgeon. I need to roll for the leader.
Never a good sign when the enemy gets nat 20s.
Fine.
Yeah, whatever.
No, no, no.
And a 14. Okay.
At least they're burning them on initiative. It's okay.
Right.
True. It's true. True, 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 true.
All right. Okay. So yeah, the map will look really funky for you guys, just because there is a lot of darkness and whatnot. But going first, that is the wrong person going first. It should be one of these guys. Okay. So it is one of the Chirurgeon's turn. All of a sudden, Wisp, you cast your darkness spell, and there is you can see ahead of you just darkness over just encompasses everybody that you could have seen right there. Just so you, Wisp and Vodder, you guys are 60 feet away because you're a little bit behind. Same with Kimura and Calder. You guys are 60 feet away. You're just at the edge of the map, so just so you guys are aware. This Chirurgeon is going to kind of stumble. And then he stops and he sees Knock. You see all of a sudden, I don't know if you could see him, but you hear some footsteps. And you can see like a dark shadowy figure just ahead of you. But that will be his turn. Wisp, you will be next.
Okay, so upon seeing this, I am going to... Oof. I don't know if they can cast spells, and I've never really seen them, but however, I'm going to lift darkness. So I'm going to dispel darkness, and in its place, I want to put silence.
Oh, okay.
So for the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through the 20-foot radius sphere, which I'm going to center on that middle part, just the same place. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible.
Okay, good to know.
And I can cast it up to 120 feet, so from where I am, I'm going to immediately dispel darkness, and in its place, kind of like shoot out this very quick gust of wind that goes, and as it envelops, it creates this like almost kind of like shockwave over everyone, and this kind of like weird fog area just kind of like envelops everyone in the same sphere. So it's not darkness, it's just like this weird fog.
Right.
And I want to move all 40 feet towards it.
Okay.
So I'll be 20 feet away. I'll move myself. I think
I think you might be right there.
Yeah, I think I might be right there now.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're 20 feet away, right where you're at.
Perfect.
So
then I will stay there, and that will be my turn.
All right, Kimura.
I can't dragon move me at the moment. I'm gonna keep heading round. I want to see if there's any. Is the entire terrain flat, or is there any kind of buildings or raised points in my kind of vicinity?
So up to your right, so to the north of the map, you see like a small hill with a small house and a small path leading up to it. But the rest of it is kind of like it's not a super steep hill or a super steep incline or anything like that. But there is a little bit to where up there, and then it kind of looks down a little bit into the rest of the homes below.
Okay. Kimura's gonna literally go back to Calder and just be like, Stickless. And she's gonna pretty much start running off in that direction. So. Okay.
And you can move your token, correct?
Yes, I can.
Okay. You can, as you look at Calder, he's like looking. He can't. He's like, and he turns. He's like, I can't see anything except the torches up ahead.
Then follow me, Stickless. I'm gonna not necessarily run. Then I'm gonna jog.
Okay.
So that he can keep up. And I'm just gonna literally head across. So 5, 10. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna set up here.
Okay. Perfect. And is that your turn?
No, can I withhold my action?
Yeah, you sure can.
Yeah. So I'm gonna lift my rifle up and aim down to where this Chirurgeon is.
Okay.
But I'm gonna hold fire, and if the Chirurgeon performs a hostile action upon any of my party, I will open fire.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. It is that Chirurgeon's turn. With the darkness lifted, you see him kind of look around and put his hands up like he's confused because he can't hear anything. But he takes a step ahead and he is going to grab, you see him reach his hand out. The house is blocking. But what Wisp and I would assume Vaughter can see is he grabs the wrist of this child and begins dragging her away. So he's going to move 5 and then 10, 20. He'll move down here with the child, like in his, he's just kind of pulling her along. And that'll be his turn. And then it would be the Chirurgeon leader. You should be able to see, just so you got, just to double check, can you see their health bars and everything? And their names?
Yes.
Okay,
I
perfect.
can't see names. I can see.
I'll see
their
names.
health.
We can,
Okay.
yeah, see health bars.
Okay. Okay. I want you guys to be able to see those health bars and whatnot, so. Did you cast the silence on him, or was it just in that area?
It's an area of effect of a 20-foot, where is it? A 20-foot sphere.
Okay.
So yeah, where I just like the center of place, wherever I put the darkness, like wherever that center was that I knew of, I just replaced that center. So wherever the 20 feet is around that
Okay,
center.
perfect. So I'm just gonna put a little circle there and get rid of his aura because it's still showing like that he has an aura.
Okay.
Cool. And I'm so it'd be like right there. And you said it was 20 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where the silence is about right there. 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's going to move 30 feet, and you see him pull a dagger, and then you see him, you hear him recite something, and you see kind of like a purplish hue, like sheen kind of pass over him. And that will be his turn. It is Calder's turn now. And Calder's just going to try to stick to you, Kimura. And he kind of peers around this house, and he looks at you. He's like, "Do I shoot them?"
If they're performing hostile actions, yes.
All right. What should we do with about the child?
Don't hit the child. Simple.
All right. And he, you see him grab his medallion, and you see this like green liquidy substance form in his hand as he shoots, and he's going to shoot an eldritch blast towards the Chirurgeon with the child. If I can get to his sheet. 23, so that will hit, and he does 6 damage. So all of a sudden you see this Chirurgeon like get blasted in the back with this green-like energy, and he kind of stumbles forward, but he holds on to the little girl's hand and kind of pulls her a little bit more. Knock, it is your turn.
All right. I can't see anything.
It is dark
pitch
for you.
black.
You can
All right.
see, you should be able to see a little bit of light ahead of you.
Mhm.
I don't know if you see that.
Yeah.
Like 35 feet ahead of you, there should be some light.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, let me do this just
Yeah.
real quick for you.
Let's see what to do.
Does that work
there
for
we
you?
go.
Can you see stuff now?
Yeah, you can see some out. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so you said 35 feet in front of me?
Yeah, so there's so you have a light, a little lamp that's there about 35 feet ahead of you, and then that light should shine, and you can see this. You can see the two Chirurgeon just ahead of you as well.
Gotcha. I am. I'm going to. Knock is going to pull his axe down from his back. Two-handed, he's going to charge at this gentleman here, and he's going to jump into his rage.
Okay.
And he's going to go ahead and try to attack the gentleman.
Okay.
Get him in his face. Time to
yeah,
die,
you-
bird boy.
Perfect. Yeah, you should have control of your token, so you should be able to move it where you're attacking. Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
Let's see. Oops. Actions.
Did you mean to roll twice or?
No, I didn't mean it. I clicked it once.
Okay, so 15. That does hit, so you can go ahead and roll damage. Oh my god, this music is so loud. 7 damage. Okay, you take a good like gash into him, like just straight through his chest, and you can see like blood just like spill out, and you can kind of see some of his like internals, like whatnot. Like he's not dead yet, but he's already like in a good not in a good space.
Okay. All right, sweet deal. That'll be the end of my turn.
Yeah, so you've moved. You have a little bit of movement if you wanted to move, but you're attacking your bonus action to rage, so that would be the full.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay right there. My turn.
Perfect. All right, Vaughter.
Let's see. So Vaughter sees all this going on, and he sees Nock struggling to like see the whole playing field. So he is going to use his movement to go like sort of 5-10 through Wisp space, 15,
Okay.
20, 25, 30, and end up here. He's gonna like just try and stay out of range of the leader.
Okay.
And just sort of creep up behind Nock, and he sort of taps Nock on the shoulder very casually, and he says, here. And I'm going to use Eyes of Night to give Nock dark vision out to 300 feet.
Okay. Let me change that for you. So all of a sudden, your vision, you blink a second, all of a sudden you can see everything. And you said it was 2 or 300 feet?
300 feet.
300 feet.
And,
Good God.
yeah, it lasts for an hour.
Perfect.
Sweet deal. Nock
And-
blinks his eyes, opens and just kind of smirks and smiles at Vaughter over his shoulder.
Yeah, okay. And he's going to stay right there. He's going to stay right behind Nock.
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn.
All right. It is the second Chirurgeon's turn. He's going to make a rush towards you guys too. 5. He has to kind of move her out. He kind of pushes this woman who you can see as a half orc. He pushes her kind of into the doorway. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he is going to make an attack at Nock.
Bring us up.
Does a 13 hit you?
The 13 is right smack on my armor class.
All right, so you take 6 points reduced to 3 because you're raging. So you take 3 points of slashing damage.
Where's the punch slasher?
And that's going to be his turn. It is the Chirurgeon that you like cut through. He's going to make a haphazard attempt to attack you, even though it's like a struggle for him. He rolls a 17. So you take 3 more points of slashing damage because it's reduced by your rage.
Indeed. Dunzo. Wow.
And that will be...
Dagger?
He has like a scimitar, so you can see the two in front of you have like a scimitar or a sword that they use. So, Wisp, it is your turn again.
Okay, so I would like to move my movement 5, or we'll just move 5 into this space, and I want to attack this guy with my quarterstaff, but I want to do it with 2 hands to increase the damage. So basically, I'm going to take it out, and with both hands on opposite ends of the quarterstaff, I'm going to kind of like try and hit him like in the face, like in his mask, to kind of
Okay.
give him some bludgeoning damage to the face area.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll an attack. 22 will definitely hit.
Let's roll for this damage here. That is bludgeoning 2-handed. That's 11.
Shit. All right. Yeah, you just boom.
I crit. Yeah, I crit.
Yeah, and you hear him go, "Ugh," and like as he knocks back, he says, a familiar voice. I knew I should not have trusted you. I'm sorry. And he kind of like shakes his head a little bit as he tries to like reorient himself. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in combat with him.
Okay, perfect. Kimura, it is your turn. Okay. Yeah, I think you should have plenty of range on your weapon. Yeah, 65 feet. I think you have like, what's the range on your rifle? What's the... So it'd be a disadvantage. It's a little bit out of the range of your gun, but you can absolutely make an attack. So that's a 9, or is it a natural 1? I can't tell. So you aim to take a shot and you misfire and your gun jams. Calder looks at you and he's like, are you not supposed to see it? Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Is that your turn? Strap it.
Get your strap. Get your strap. Run your pocket.
Perfect. All right, it is the Chirurgeons' turn. He's going to continue to, that's not what I wanted. Pull this child. And Kimura, you can see him open up the back doors of this carriage down the way, and he shoves her into the carriage. He's only moved about 10 feet. That's going to take most of his turn, but you can see him like cross around to like get up onto the carriage itself. And that will be his turn. It is the leader's turn. Wisp, you see the Chirurgeon, he has like it looks like a crow's skull or something on his around his neck, and he grabs it and then he reaches out with his other hand and he's going to cast Inflict Wounds on you. So it would be a melee spell attack. So manually roll this one. So a 9 probably does not hit you. So you can feel almost as if he's trying to like suck any energy out that you have and try to pull it in, but you're able to stave it off. He looks like he's still a little bit disoriented, and you hear him snarl under his breath, and he's gonna pull out a dagger. He can't attack you, but that will be his turn. I'm gonna put this little Calder looks to you, Kimura. What do we? They're putting the child in a carriage. What do we do?
How accurate are you with that thing?
It depends.
Shoot the wheels.
Okay. And he's gonna try and take an Eldritch Blast to it. If he's gonna try to make I would say a called shot on that. It will be a disadvantage, but it doesn't fucking matter because whatever Calder, bro. I mean, it only does 1 damage, but you see him like shoot and like kind of like hits the this green liquid energy hits the wheel, and like it splinters a little bit. I'll do better. I'll do better, and then that will be his turn. Knock, you are up.
Yeah. I am going to jump into a frenzy, and I'm going to attack this man that's right in front of me, and then immediately turn around and attack the other guy that's right next to me as well.
Okay, so are you going into a frenzied rage, or?
Yes. So
Because you've already right. So you've already raged, and I think when you rage, you choose if you go into a frenzy or not, or.
Oh, sorry.
If I'm not mistaken. We'd have to double check the rules. It should say on your what a frenzied rage is on your character sheet.
It just says frenzy. For while raging, you can choose the frenzy, and you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus weapon action. Each one of your turns after this one, as soon as you leave rage, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, so I think it's like part of your rage. You can go into a regular rage, or you can go into a frenzied rage, which you can do those things. So to do a frenzy, I'd say you'd actually have to drop your rage that you're currently raging, and then you can re-rage into a frenzied rage if you choose. But I think you only have the 2 rages, so it's up to you if you decide you want to do that yet.
Nah, screw that. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna take out the one that's. I'm gonna try to take out the one that's right in front of me.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Just swang the thang at him.
Swang the thang.
Obsidian Axe. Decimate. Indeed.
24. That will hit. So go ahead and.
I just do it twice. I have no idea why it's doing it twice. I apologize.
It might be because you have it as advantage.
Could be.
Jesus Christ. How do you kill this doctor? Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I give him the slash all the way across. Nock is just going to raise the axe up to right above his head, and just be like, "Bird pate," and just decimate him into just nothing.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you just like cleave him, and he
right
just crumples. Yeah, just like Mortal Kombat style, and he just like clumps into 2 halves onto the ground.
Sweet deal.
Let me find him on the initiative so I can remove him, because he is no longer with the living. And then I'll put a little X to show he's dead. All right. You still have your movement if you want to move, or if you want to do anything else on your turn?
You know what? I'm gonna actually start moving towards the carriage.
Okay. And you would know, just because you are new to 5th edition, if you do move outside of an enemy's range, they can get a attack of opportunity, so they can get a free attack on you, just so you're aware. I know that you're new to 5th edition, so you can still move if you want, but they might get an attack on you.
Right. All right, so I'm gonna move 30 feet, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm moving, and I'm donezo.
Okay, so the one Chirurgeon will take a swipe at you. Rolls a 16 and deals would normally be 4, but since you're raging, you take 2 points of damage.
Okay, boom. Take it.
And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could move to this square if you wanted, because I think, do you have 30 feet of movement?
Yeah, I have 30.
Yeah, so if you wanted to move all the way up to the carriage, you could move right there. And you can see, you can hear this little girl like crying out, please, please. And she's like kind of like holding on to like, it looks like not like super armored, but it's like a covered like heavy duty carriage, and there's barred windows on the back that have been closed. And she's kind of holding on to those. And you can see just a few feet around the corner, one of the Chirurgeon, as he's trying to get around, maybe get up onto the carriage itself.
Okay. And with all that happening, I cannot react to this. I can go ahead and swing at the tires, something to maybe break the tire. Or my tire.
Not quite yet. Since you've already made your attack, if you have a second attack, you could. This turn, that's about all you can do on your turn.
Sounds good.
All right. It is Chirurgeon Dose. He is going to take. He kind of looks at his buddy, who just got hacked, and then he looks at the big bugbear in front of him. who is very dead, and he pulls his
Aye.
scimitar, and he just snarls and and he's gonna make 2 attacks. No, he can only make 1 attack. Sorry, he's gonna make 1 attack at you with the scimitar. That's a 20, not a natural 20, but a 20. 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And so he's just kind of locked into battle with you. Wisp, we are back at top of initiative with you.
Okay, I am still going to go toe-to-toe with this leader guy. Still two-handed with my quarterstaff.
1 second. I believe my turn was skipped.
Did we skip you?
Oh,
I think so. Because it was knock. I go right after knock.
Oh, you are right. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
I think
good.
when we removed the initiative from that one guy.
Yeah.
Yep, my bad on that one.
That's cool. I want to actually turn to leader guy who's in front of Wisp, who apparently looks 10 feet away from me, but I'm gonna take out my warhammer and reach out with my big long bugbear arms, which have a 10-foot reach when I attack with them, and slam down with 2 hands on Chaboy down there.
On
And,
Chaboy.
oh, that was damage. I don't want to roll that. I want to roll this instead. Oh,
Okay.
a 7.
A 7 is gonna miss, unfortunately. You bring your long arms back to the swing, and he sees it just for a second, kind of like steps back just a second, and there's a loud crash as you leave a huge like mark in the old cobblestone. It just like cracks underneath the weight of your swing.
And I'm gonna look at him after I miss, as threatening as Nock or as Fodder can be, and say, "Stay away from my friend." Like that.
He's so nice, even when he's fighting
Yes.
other people.
He is very polite. He's a sweet combat boy. All right, I'm done.
All right. So we skipped you on accident. So it was that Chirurgeon's turn. So it will now be Wisp's turn.
okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to swing. So I kind of like bashed him in the face one way. So now I'm going to kind of like overhand turn it and hit him upside the head in the other direction.
Okay.
That is a 20 to hit
That will hit.
for 9 more points of damage.
9. All right. He's not looking that good. You can see you crack one of the lenses, one of the purple lenses on his mask, and you can see blood kind of trickling from beneath it as he just snarls at you once again.
And I will also drop the concentration on the silence.
Okay. Perfect. I will get rid of that. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Kimura, you're up.
Just make sure that people can hear me this time. After basically shouldering the rifle on the last one, she just draws a sidearm and starts sprinting down the path, which I will do. Let's have a look here. So she's going to go. I cannot move her for some reason. Oh, that is why. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35, and she's going to take a shot with a pistol at the Chirurgeon that's currently harassing Wisp. So, over here.
Okay. It is a little bit of a difficult shot right there because you've got the
Okay.
other Chirurgeon. You can certainly make the shot, but he's just got a little bit added to his armor
Okay,
class.
that's fine. And just going to double check the distance on that, actually. Let's have a look. We're looking at 20. Okay, all good. And we're going to go...
That'll absolutely still hit.
Fantastic.
Oh my god.
Here's some
Okay.
readers.
Okay, 7.
7. Alrighty. Yeah, he's as you take a shot in his arm, like his arm flies back a little bit, and he kind of gets down on a knee, and he has to push himself back up. But you can see, I guess it's a little too dark, but like there's rips and a little bit of blood coming from the
Yeah.
wound already.
What people are hearing as well, when I fired that rifle for the first time, there was a loud crack, but this thing, despite its size, is equally as loud, but sounds a bit deeper than the rifle. And if anyone was looking at the time, when it fires, you can really tell that she's trying to make sure that this thing does not fly out of her hand. And then after it fires, you just hear a clunk where the barrel just goes and it just rotates itself round into another position. That is my turn. Oh no, actually, I scream at Calder as well. I say that. Move yourself forward.
It's like we're playing what game is it? I can't remember. Some RTS where you're the one commanding the NPC. I love it. All right, it is this Chirurgeon's turn. Oops, I keep accidentally moving the wrong token. He's gonna use his turn to get up onto goodness, the carriage, and he grabs the reins and smacks the carriage into motion, and it begins rolling away. And Nock, you can hear this this child screaming, like seemingly at you, as she's kind of reaching her hands out towards you. Technically, you would get an attack of opportunity if the carriage is leaving. If you want to try to take a swipe at the carriage.
I do. Well, it was either two things. Either I was taking a big old swipe at the wheel with my axe, or if it was on my turn, I was just gonna jump into the wheel, just like my whole body, just into the fucking wheel, and just try to stop the thing as fast as I could, just with my sheer force. So my question is, what's a better choice? All right, I'm gonna go for the safety of this little girl. Nock is going to scream out and be like, "We ain't gonna let her take you!" And I start running towards what would be the back left wheel, and I'm gonna swing my axe at the wheel.
Okay.
Try to cut the whole back wheel off. I hope that was a smarter choice than throw my whole body in there, even though I think that would still be very productive. Let's do that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll an attack. If you're rolling specifically to try to cut the wheel, I would say it's a disadvantage because it's like a called shot. You're not just trying to like hit the wagon itself. You're trying to hit like a smaller object on it. So you can go ahead and make an attack. It will be at disadvantage.
So even if I would aim for the entirety of the wheel with an axe of that caliber, would that be a disadvantage as well?
Yeah, because it's a called shot. You're trying to hit a specific part. It's almost like you're trying to like hit like someone's eye. If you're trying to shoot somebody in the eye or cut off their head or something like that, where it's a called shot, it would be.
I should have thrown my body into it. All right, we're gonna go ahead. we're gonna go ahead and do the ladder. We're gonna actually try this out. We're gonna swing the axe.
All right.
Oh boy.
A natural 1. So you swing and just, and there's just a big gash in between the cobblestone and the as you just narrowly miss like the wood between the wheel and the carriage itself. You just you maybe get like a couple splinters come off of it as you miss, and the wagon quickly moves out of your range.
Wow.
Damn!
It is the Chirurgeon leader's turn. He looks at you, Wisp and Vodder, and he says, "You've made a grave mistake." And he's going to try to cast the same spell on you again, Wisp. 22.
22 does hit.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
it does.
Take 11 points of necrotic damage as you feel the strength like wane from your body.
Ooh, that hurts. That one really hurts. Yeah, she'll probably she'll take it and she'll try very, very hard in the face of this creature to not show any fear or pain, but it does hurt her very bad. It's hard for her to contain herself.
Okay. All right. As you guys are fighting, there's a lull as you can hear the wagon slowly drift off into the darkness, and let me do this really quick. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna change. So there's a moment where, like I said, there's a brief lull in the fight as this Chirurgeon leader is looking at you, and he says this, and he casts a spell, and then all of a sudden, from somewhere off in the distance, you begin to hear this. And the Chirurgeon leader looks at you. You're outnumbered now. Like I said, you've made a mistake. And off in the distance, those with dark vision see a cloud of black, feathery crows begin flying in your direction. Let me put my combat music back on. There you go.
Are we still in initiative?
Yes, we are.
sugar.
It is Vodder's turn.
Birds. How far away is this cloud of crows?
So you can see it. It should be on the. Let me. Can you see them?
300 feet. Let me see.
They're up in the north.
Oh, they're in the north.
They're like 100 feet. Like 100.
Yeah,
feet
they might be
away
blocked
from
by
you.
one of the buildings.
They might be. You could. They're technically above them. Like, but like even in the darkness of like the night, like your dark vision is good enough that you can see like the shadowy movements and whatnot. And like I said, they're about 100 feet away from you.
He looks. He hesitates for just a moment, and then just a picture like after last time with the bird and how sad he was that the bird died. His sympathies are being put to the test. So he's going to turn around and look at the leader of the Chirurgeons and say, and he's going to call down a sacred flame on him.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, ow.
So so this gray light sort of descends, and he has to make a dexterity save.
A dexterity save. He can do that. I'm just gonna roll. 7.
Oh no! Oh no! No, and he takes max 8 points.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
Is that radiant damage?
That
or-
is radiant damage.
What do we see as this Chirurgeon leader falls?
So this looks like it's light, but as opposed to like brilliant white light or dark eldritch light, it's this gray wash, like when my camera goes out on stream, and just sort of like comes down on top of him and like just consumes him. And so when it like stops, it's just like his friggin' boots, you know what I mean? Like he's just wiped out completely. And this look comes over Vodder's face, and he's sort of like, oh. And he turns and looks at Wisp and at Kimura, and he goes, birds! And he points to the north, towards the cloud of birds, and that's the end of his turn.
Okay, perfect. We're back at Knock.
Nock looks towards the giant cloud of birds and looks over to Kimura. You had to shoot the bird, now didn't you? And he turns back around and starts running back towards the rest of the party. I'm going to go ahead and move over to this gentleman here and pick up my big old axe. I'm going to try to decimate into a crow unicorn. Accordion? That's what I meant. So let's go ahead and hit him with something. His own big, great axe of obsidian. drop it like it's hot. Probably not so hot.
An 8 is a miss, unfortunately. You try to swing, and it's like right as he's like maybe about to like try to strike at Vaughter, and like your great axe just goes right over his head. Just a whoosh.
Big old gust of wind. All right, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, it is Calder's turn. Poor Calder. I still can't see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to attempt to Eldritch Blast the remaining Chirurgeon. 16, that will hit for 4 damage. So you see this, again, this liquid-looking green energy manifest from Calder's hands as he shoots, and he hits the side of the Chirurgeon, and you can see like there's like tears running down his black robes, and he looks over at Kimura. Calder does, and he's like, gives you a thumbs up. And that'll be his turn.
I love him so much.
And there, it is the Chirurgeon's turn. And he looks at all of you and he says, "You were warned not to come between us and our business. Let me live." And he kind of just sits there. Even still, you hear the cawing get ever closer. These crows have 50 flying. They're going to double move. Kimura, all of a sudden you see a bunch of crows begin to fly overhead. And as you look up, you can see the green emerald eyes as they pierce through the darkness at you. That is all they can do on their turn. Wisp, it is your turn.
Okay, so the guy in front of me he's dead, right? He's done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I will just move 5, 10, kind of around his dead body. I'm not going to stand on top of this poor man. And I will do the same thing with my 2 hands, kind of gripping it the same way. I do like this side step around his body, and then I'm going to come in the backhand and try to knock him in the back of the head, and
Okay.
like the shoulder area, kind of like that back area. The 24 to hit
That'll hit.
for 5 damage. Two-handed,
we-
yeah. Two-handed is 5. It rolls separately for my damage, so two-handed got 5.
Right,
So
okay.
5 points of damage.
Perfect. What do we see as this Chirurgeon falls?
So, her staff kind of has like this very shadowy, dark essence to it. So basically, as she knocks him out, you see as he falls limp, that shadow essence kind of envelops his entire body, and then his body just kind of poofs and wisps away, and his body is physically gone.
I'll delete him from the turn order and the map. Okay.
And then, yeah, the smoke will come back up into the staff and just kind of be there again.
Okay. Kimura.
Seeing this all encroaching on her, she does swivel from where she was firing, and she tries to leap back a little bit, seeing that it's coming in. She wants to start taking shots at this big flock. But is it possible to assess the surroundings, or will that require a roll of perception?
What are you looking? Are you look? Yeah. What are you looking?
Buildings that we can get inside.
So I will. Yeah. If you wanna look at like in detail, make a perception check.
Okay.
It would be at disadvantage because you're tired. You have a level of exhaustion.
Okay. No worries. So it's a perception, did you say?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. 15.
Even still, a lot of these homes, they do look lived in, though the windows are shut and there's only faint light coming from them. There's the house that you're right in front of that the woman ran into, and then you also see up to your north that house that's on a hill. You can see the curtains have been drawn slightly, and there is an elderly gentleman that seems to be looking through the window, watching what's happening. And there, like I said, there is light coming through. You can see this pretty easily.
Okay. So as soon as I clock that, I literally turn to everyone else and go, and I point, like my arm flies out and points at that building. I'm like, retreat to that building there! And I'm gonna start. Actually, I'm gonna rush everybody along, and I want to see if I get their attention first. Oh no, I can't do that because I'll be delayed. I'm gonna start running towards the building.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep making sure that I check behind to make sure people are following.
Which one are you heading to? Which one is Kimura
I
heading into?
think it's just the one to the north.
The woman's
up
house?
here.
Oh.
Is that correct, Cole?
Yeah, that's the one that you saw the elderly gentleman like peeking through.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that north house right there.
Okay, and I'm gonna head up there. So 5, 10, 30, 35. Okay, so I've head up that way.
All right. Yeah, these the crows are too far above you to technically make an attack of opportunity, so that's why you didn't get attacked by them quite yet. Just so everybody's aware. Let me move him. Is that your turn?
That I believe is all I can do that turn. So yes, you're counting the perception roll as an action, I believe.
Yeah, if you want to
Yes.
look for something in particular, yeah. that
Absolutely.
would be
Okay,
an action.
then that is my turn. Yeah.
All right. And this Chirurgeon, as you guys hear the slowly disappearing sounds of wheels and hoof prints on cobblestone slowly disappears into the darkness, with a screaming child also echoing through the stillness. What stillness is there if there's a since there's a bunch of murderous crows apparently above you?
A crow murderer.
Murderous
crows.
crows.
That's what they're called in a grouping. It's
An
murder,
attempted
so it's nerd.
Vodder, it is your turn.
I mean, Vader follows orders, so he is going to use his 30 feet to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he's just going to pop off a shot. He's not going to use his like dash action. He's just going to cast another he's going to cast another Sacred Flame up these birdies.
Okay.
So it's a dex save from the swarm. Again.
Natural 20.
Yeah, no, they just move apart like starlings, and it goes like
Exactly. As you shoot your Sacred Flame up, it's just like almost like a flare that gets shot up, and they all of a sudden they go, and as soon as it disappears, they just fly right back together.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
All right, Knock, you're up.
Yeah. I am going to do the same. I'm just going to take a more direct path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. One behind, and I'm going to swing my axe as soon as I hit like the wall of birds. I'm just going to jump in there and swing my axe.
They're a little bit above you, so they're not even like within range for you to attack. They're still like maybe 15 feet in the air.
Oh yeah, no, I can't jump that high. I got a 6-foot leap on me. 9 feet? No, maybe. No, really don't. All right, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just running in though. And I'm gonna just run with my head down, running through the birds.
Okay. You can also, if you want to use your action to move another 30 feet to get ahead, you can also move another 30 feet since you're not using your action to attack.
True. 1, 2, 3. All right, sweet deal.
All right, and Calder doesn't need any second tellings. He like runs up and starts banging on the door, and only after like what you see, Kimura, is he's bangs on the door, and the door opens pretty quickly. He just tumbles inside as the door like opens, or he like disappears like through the doorway. That is his turn. It is the Crows of Vedranis' turn. Vaughter, as you are running, you look up, and all of a sudden, the crows are kind of just almost, they look nonchalant as they are kind of flying above you, and all of a sudden they take a dive down, and they are going to make an attack. That will be a 12 to hit. You're muted. Yeah, I can't hear you.
It's because I was muted. Like a professional. No, I put my shield up above my head.
Okay, yeah, you
like
also
umbrella, yeah.
Yeah, you hear as they're like swarms of these crows just hit the shield, and yeah, they're not able to. They're not able to get a hit in on you. That is their turn, as they're kind of just swarming around you at the moment. Wisp, it is your turn.
So is this woman still like laying on the ground? Is she still there?
No, she got
Or
pushed
she
back
ran?
inside. Yeah. You
Okay.
saw when one of the Chirurgeon came to attack you, he pushed past her, and she kind of like got pushed back into the doorway of her home.
Okay, I'm going to. I see everybody else running towards the other house and the crows, and I'm like, yo, no, thank you. And I will move my 40 feet towards the woman. I want to make sure that she's okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Can I get into her house with her? For 40? Like right in her doorway?
Yeah, that's 30 feet away. Yeah, you can make it. The door's like right here, like right to the left of the light.
Oh, to the left of the light.
Yeah, It actually got pushed like in
right
this
there?
direction.
Oh,
right,
okay.
Right there. Yep. So
Okay.
the door is slightly open. It's not actually even fully
Okay, well then,
closed.
yeah, then I won't barge into this woman's house.
Okay.
But I'll move in that direction to make sure that she is okay. And I will hold a quarterstaff if it looks like there is another hidden enemy in there.
Okay. So do you push open the door or anything?
Yeah, so basically, yeah. So I want to kind of push open the door with my quarterstaff and look inside to see if she is alone or if there are any more enemies hidden inside there.
Okay. From first glance, as you push open the door, it's a modest sized home, but you see her just maybe like 5 or 10 feet away, curled up, and crying. You can see her. She's wearing modest clothing. She's got like dark black hair with some graying streaks in it, and you can see like the greenish tint of her half-orc heritage. And she's just kind of curled up, and she kind of looks up at you, and doesn't quite say anything yet, because I think as far as your turn goes, that's probably like right where it would be. But she does look up at you. So yeah.
Okay. That will be my turn.
Okay. Kimura.
I'm just gonna glance over my shoulder very quickly, just to make sure that everybody is following, and then so I see birds plummeting down on Vodda, and Nock is very fast, despite his size of the suit, just barreling past. Can I quickly make an assessment as to whether Nock's actually going to get through that door?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask as soon as I got up to the door.
It'll be a squeeze.
Yeah, indeed. Baseball slide right in that bad bitch.
I'm gonna... I'm literally gonna, like, gesture Nock past, and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna start taking shots at the birds.
Okay.
To try and give relief to Vodda as they're coming down. I'm gonna try and blast a hole through them.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
Okie dokie. Let's go. 19.
19 will hit.
Excellent. Okay. And roll damage. Oof. 6.
Okay. So even with that damage, it's as the shot goes off, you see them like just bolt out of the way a little bit. You catch one or maybe two of them, but you definitely did not hit as many as you think you would have as they kind of regroup. And you can see a couple eyes of like their green emerald eyes turn and look at your direction.
I don't imagine that, obviously, I can't fully identify one and shoot it, so I've just shot into the group hoping I'd hit something.
Right. Yeah, and you hit like one or two.
Yeah.
But with your marksmanship, you think you could probably even catch a couple more.
You'd hope.
But so essentially they're taking half damage.
Right. Ooh. Okay.
So.
Okay. So yeah, with that, I literally fire that one shot, and I go to kind of reacquire again.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn. Yeah.
All right.
And I scream at Vodder to move, obviously. I'm like, Vodder, keep
Right.
moving.
I am moving. He's like swatting at the bird.
It's adorable, but
Yeah.
terrifying at the same time. It is your turn.
Oh shit! Like he did start running that way. He looks at Wisp and the direction that Wisp went, and for a second he thinks about going that way too. But he's already started in this direction, so he's going to move. Let me see here. 10, 20, and right at the door, 25. He's going to spin around. And I'm going to use the first level slot to cast Guiding Bolt at the swarm.
Ooh, okay.
17 to hit.
That does hit.
Nice. That is, come on, damage. Okay, doesn't want to roll damage, so I'll do it over here. Let me see, 4d6.
Roll 20 likes to take his time. Oh, there you go.
There we go. 17
my-
points of radiant damage.
17.
Yeah, Guiding Bolt's a crazy one.
So as you focus your energy to cast this guiding bolt and shoot it into this murder of crows,
Mhm.
you can see the energy kind of divides and splits and hits a good chunk, maybe like half of these crows, and all of a sudden they start dropping out of the sky, and like some of them are like just plopping. I guess they're not close enough for you to like hit your shield, but yeah, all of a sudden like they seem definitely rattled.
They're not only rattled, but they're glittering with mystical energy. Because with Guiding Bolt, the next time someone tries to attack them, they have advantage.
That is right. So you guys can all clearly see the like kind of gleaming that is now coming off of these crows.
Gleaming crows.
Gleaming crows. Is that going to be your turn? Vodder.
No, I've got 5 feet of movement left, so I'm going to step inside.
All right, sounds good.
Say hello.
Yeah, and you're able to step through. The door is open for you.
Okay, I go in.
And you make your way in. All right, Knock.
Yes. So Kimura had gone ahead and said to Knock to run around. Yes, is that confirmation? Yes, you pointed him for me to run around the building.
No, I just literally just gestured for you to kind of keep going to wherever you were going, whilst I swiveled to buy Vodda some time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So to make sure we're clear, that door is questionable. Like I will fit through there, but I have to squeeze.
Yeah, it's kind of like the last door that like the night that you guys spent in that home a few days to the south. You can manage to squeeze your way through.
All right.
You might have to
just
get
gonna
on like your
shout
knees.
forward. I'm gonna ask the old man, "You got a basement? You got a basement? Like a bulkhead?"
And you hear, "No, just squeeze your way through. You'll make it."
Knock doesn't take even a second to guess when them talk. He just fucking pushes his hands in there, gets his other arm in there, pushes his whole torso in, and he gets his best way to squeeze his way inside that building.
It's like watching someone put on a T-shirt that's like 2 sizes too small.
Like bend the wood of the doorway like out like this because I'm trying to fit my
Yeah,
big
there's
thighs through there.
like some of your armor catches on like the door frame and like splinters some of the wood and whatnot, but you're able to make your way through.
Okay, sweet deal.
All
right,
right, perfect. We'll throw you up there. It is the crow's turn, and they're gonna set their sights on Captain Kimura. All of a sudden, they dive bomb to try to attack you. That would be a 15 to hit.
Bear me 2 seconds. No.
So you're able to kind of swat them away with your gun and avoid any like major damage as they try to bite at you and scrape with their beaks and talons, but you're able to stave off any sort of major damage. So, but they're just kind of crowding all around you. Wisp.
Okay. If she looks somewhat okay at the moment, even though sad, Wisp does not know how to process emotion and can't read them, so she's just going to I'm going to spend a key point to do Step of the Wind, and I will move 80 feet around the house and in the direction of where the party is.
Okay.
So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I want to move 50, 55, 60, 65, and be next to Kimura.
Okay.
And as an action, just because I know that's probably way too long, but I like Naruto run. And I want to ask her, what is happening now?
She's getting swarmed by crows.
Yeah, I imagine I just kind of like snuck under it and like came back up, and I'm looking at it and asking her, so what is going on?
Is it over to me?
You could say a little bit
Yeah,
if you want.
Yeah. Okay,
Well,
no,
you're
sorry.
next. Yeah, you're next, and
Yeah,
that's my
you're
turn.
next.
So
Okay.
I'm giving it over to you.
So as I was swatting, I literally put one hand back, like onto her, and just be like, "What does it look like? Get in the damn house!" And I literally, as I swat one out the way, I kind of flick the gun, and as my arm straightens up, it just fires another shot, and then I start kind of walking backwards whilst doing this, whilst trying to push Wisp back towards the door.
So yeah, you're able to take a shot. They are technically within melee of you, so it would be a disadvantage as they're trying. Like it's hard to just try to get a pinpoint.
It would be a straight roll.
That is
because
right, because
she
you
has
have guiding
advanced
bolt.
movement,
Yep,
yeah.
absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. In that case, let me roly poly. And please work. 19.
19 will hit.
Okay, and roll damage. It's a bit better. 9.
9. Okay. So you still miss a couple. You still are able to hit a few of them. 9 would be. And as you shoot, all of a sudden, like like almost like just more than half of them have been taken out. All of a sudden, they go on like what looks to be some sort of frenzy as this last shot, and all of a sudden they just start like going crazy and attacking like at your neck and start biting and whatnot. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god! This is savage.
When did this campaign turn into a Hitchcock movie?
A dexterity saving throw, you say?
Yeah, to try to avoid all their biting and clawing at you.
Okay. 15.
15. Okay. You take 4 because you passed the save. You take 4 points of piercing damage as these crows are just going crazy.
Okay. Did Wisp look like she budged at all?
It looked. I don't know. I would let Ray decide that.
I have 15. I had 15 more feet left of that step of the wind. So like, if she pushed me and like, if she wanted to shove me, I'd move 5 feet, and I'll get in there next turn or whatever.
But
But
with
if you want
like,
to shove me,
yeah, but
by all
without like
means, I wouldn't.
breaking the combat rules. I mean, like, does it when I put the pressure there? Does it feel like she's standing fast, or like she's gonna
No,
punch?
yeah, she would give. Yeah, she would
Okay.
give into that.
In that
For sure.
case, I'm going to continue to walk, basically backwards. I just tried to click on the OBS to move my character. That's how this works. I almost just yeeted the overlay out the screen. Okay. Okay, and where is my actual thing? There we go. And I basically use my movement to try and move back.
Okay. You will provoke an attack of opportunity, but you can definitely get into the house if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely do that because from the sense of standing there to stand ground wouldn't make much sense. So I'm gonna try and back off. Yeah.
Okay.
Back off.
Yeah, you can do that. You can make it in, but they will take an attack, and it's a 17.
That hits.
And you take 1 point of piercing damage.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Okay, yeah, and I
And you make it in.
I get into the house. Yeah.
All right. It is the crow's turn. They have one potentially final turn, and they turn their attention to our wonderful shadow monk as they just begin to swarm and try to attack you. That's a 13.
Nope, my armor class is 15.
You're just dodging out each one like tries to dive bomb you. You're able to just skillfully, like ninja your way through this, and that's really all that they do. So it is your turn.
Okay, as I'm like ducking out, I'm gonna kind of like dance backwards, and I will try to get into the house too. So 5, 10, 15. I'll just move past Kimura like into the building. And I'd like to kick the door shut as I kind of come inside. As I, dash backwards, I'll just kind of make a low kick really quick and shut the door.
Yeah, and you close the door as all of a sudden you begin hearing like for a moment like pelting on the door as like beaks and talons begin swinging or attacking, and you can see like just the mass of these whatever crows are left just kind of flying around the window that's just like off to the side of the off to the door. And as you guys sit there for a moment and try to catch your breath, regain your composure, we're gonna take a break.
I heard a bird.
Breaks are for the birds.
Breaks are for the birds.
Okay. So.
All right.
All right then. Is that? Yeah. All right.
Yep. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Go grab yourself a drink and some snacks, and we will see what happens next in just a little bit.
I want to know what snack you get.
Derek wants to know what snack you get.
Post your snack options in the chat. All right.
All right. We'll see you soon, everybody.
Yeah.
He's serious. It's very serious right now.
And welcome back, everybody. So, as you guys get your bearings, you look around and you see a very small, modest home. Warm. There is a fire going. A small table. A bed that's nicely made. And kind of sitting there staring at you, you see an old man. He's still got some dark hair, kind of slicked back. Wears, modest to poor man's clothing, and you can see like big bags under his eyes, as if he hasn't slept well or anything like that. And he says, "It seems you attracted quite the attention, outsiders. Now, I hope you all are safe."
Oh, safer in here than outside.
Give the crows some time and they shall leave you to your own devices.
So is that some sort of defense mechanism? As Nock is just sprawled out on the ground, heavy breathing. You kill a crowman, and he calls all those birds?
The crows protect the citizens of Vedranis.
All the citizens?
As far as I am aware. I can only assume that you attacking the Chirurgeon attracted them. They, the Chirurgeon, well, they worship the crows. Or more so, their leader does. The crows can be helpful. And he kind of straightens himself. You can make yourself comfortable if you need. I am Adrid.
Adrian.
I am Vader.
Vader.
So my name is Nock. Thank you for opening your door to us.
Yes.
Well, you seem like you needed help, and I couldn't let you get taken or defeated by those things, though I question your decision to attack the Chirurgeon.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Well, they are the arm and the fist of Vedranis. Are you enemies of them?
Thought they were doctors.
We are now. Apparently.
They're not doctors?
No, they most certainly are doctors, and some of the best.
But you just said arm and fist. You're telling me that they do more than just be doctors.
They are a little bit fanatical, I will admit.
About what?
Protecting and healing. They don't like others helping others. They want to be the sole source of protection and help in the market.
So if they're the arm, to the hand, who's the man on top? Who's got the brains?
That would be Sigismund, a very bright and knowledgeable Aarakocra.
We've heard about him. We talked with them yesterday, but we didn't know they were going to be taking children. They took a little girl.
A common occurrence, unfortunately. They are very adept at splitting families apart. If one of them has signs of plague or sickness, they will not hesitate to take the one who is sick and separate them from their family.
What are these signs? Who else
Fever,
verifies them?
just the doctors. Though it's not difficult to see. There very much is a plague in the market. It's not some fabricated thing that they have created to exert their power, I can assure you that.
If one of them got away with the girl, the others will find out about us.
Most certainly.
That's
I hope you had no business with them, or hope your business in the market isn't long.
Oh no, I was going to talk to them.
Well, forgive my manners. Would you like some stew or some tea or water?
Yes.
You all look quite
All
a
the
bit.
above.
I'm so hungry.
All the above.
Make
Please.
yourselves at home. And he kind of goes over towards the fireplace where there's a big cauldron and begins preparing some, ladling some food for you. And as he's got his back to you, he says, "So what brings you to the market, if you don't mind me asking? I would assume it's not to start a war with the Chirurgeon."
We are looking for a large insect creature, centipede. We were sent here to destroy it. That's why we're here.
I think you have a lot more on your plate now. As he hands you a bowl of stew.
Plate. That's good. It's funny. It's a joke. On our plate.
So how long these crow people collecting people, plague victims? How long they been doing it?
Ever since the plague became relevant, or as soon as it was discovered, they started exerting their power. That was before my time in the market, that is.
I'm sorry, Mister. What was it? Adrid?
Adrian,
You live here in the city.
I do, yes.
Were you in the city when it vanished?
No. If that's what you decide to call it. I have lived in Vedranis the entirety of my life, and I've seen everything. What can be explained, that is.
Okay. But okay. He sort of takes a stew and he sits down by the fire.
Nock finishes the bowl that's given to him in 3 seconds. Asks for more.
He'll ladle you up another bowl. If you guys are eating, you can mark down your hunger, and then he also begins giving you.
I'm eat as many bowls as I can until he tells me I can't.
Okay. He also has a pitcher of water, and he begins filling some old wooden cups.
Just the water and food. It looks like safe. It looks tasty. I mean, what's the carb ratio?
Oh my goodness.
The meat to carb.
It looks all right. At least as you can tell, it doesn't look dirty or anything.
Right.
So if I were to eat 3 bowls of stew, would I be stuffed? I want to eat like a happy barbarian.
I don't know if it would. I think maybe certain foods do. I would say you can get well fed.
Okay.
If you
thirsty,
eat that.
drinking
Mhm.
water.
Yep, if you're having water or anything, you can mark that down back to one. Mark it down 1.
Okay.
While this is going on, I would like to try and not stealthily sneak out, but I get up to go. I want to check on that woman in her house.
Okay. You can still hear like the slight cawing in the distance. So yeah, if you want to try to
Okay,
sneak
then
out or
yeah,
whatever, you
I'll
can.
sneak out. I'll try and sneak out.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Whisper, you going.
The mother, she resides in the house not too far. I'm going to see if she's okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Grunna.
What?
Her name is Grunna.
Grin. Okay. Can I come?
Are the crows gone?
You can still hear them outside. It's not as like it seems like they're either in somewhere above you or like away from you. You can just slightly hear it.
I'm still gonna try and sneak.
I follow her. Without getting permission.
I am going to tug on Wisp as she walks past the table and be like, hey, do me a favor. That man out there that I cleaved in half, give me his mask. I need his mask.
Okay. Yeah, so on my way, if I find this cleaved mask, I would like to take it.
Okay.
But
go ahead and
do you
roll me a
want me to
stealth
roll?
check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me roll for
I'm
stealth.
going to, so.
That's
Oh
a
my-
21.
That's a 21.
For me,
18.
for me is 18.
Okay.
Babushkas.
And Pushkin, sneaky bugbear.
Okay. As you guys begin making way, you can see the crows flying maybe like 30, 40 feet overhead. But you do not seem to attract their attention. As you make your way towards the bodies, are you just searching? Are you just going to grab the one's mask or?
Yeah, I'm like almost kind of nonchalantly would just, as I'm kind of walking past, just take it, grab it, and keep going. I don't want to linger too long.
I'll give the others a pat down.
Okay. So yeah, you grab this mask. It's like it is cleaved in half. I mean, so it's in 2 pieces. And Vaughter, as you kind of like look the others over, you find 5 gold pieces.
Nice.
They have scimitars. So there are 2 scimitars and a dagger.
Okay.
A dagger is on like the leader, and then you also see, as you're kind of rifling through the pouches, there is a metallic and glass object that you can kind of see within the pouch, kind of buried.
Okay. I will take one of the scimitars.
Okay.
And I'll take that metallic and glass object too,
Okay.
in the gold.
As you pull like the object out, what you see is a very delicate syringe with a little bit of like yellowish liquid in it. I'm going to add something to your character sheet real quick. If you would, just so everybody knows, because this is the lore drop stuff. This is how I kind of give you lore information and whatnot. If you would do the honors of reading the text and whatnot.
Yes. Are you putting this on my sheet or into my journal?
It will be on your sheet in D&D Beyond.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I think you need to hurry and add homebrew content to your character sheet.
I will hurry and do that.
I had the same thing with Ray when I had to add something to hers.
Give me 1 second. I can do that.
Yeah. But yeah, you're able to grab all this and head towards the home. Wisp, when you approach the door, it is now closed.
I'll kind of lightly knock at it and see if there's any answer.
After a few moments, the door slightly opens. Yes.
Grana?
Nods her head.
We, I'm bad with words with this. Are you all right?
They took my daughter. She
Yes.
wasn't that sick. I was taking care of her.
But she was sick, yes?
She kind of looks down and nods her head.
I'm sorry.
She kind of looks out into the darkness and I don't know if I should thank you or slam the door on you.
I'm not sure either. I just wanted to make sure you were somewhat all right. And apologize.
She kind of like looks and like wipes some tears. I didn't think that this would happen.
How often do people get sick? What are the signs?
Fever. It starts out like a flu. But I've seen what it can do to people.
What does that?
They get mean, and they'll attack their friends and their own family. I don't know if I should even be grateful for the Chirurgeon have taken my dear Melly.
If they didn't, you'd probably be next. So, maybe you do have something to be thankful for.
You might be right. Do you need some tea or anything?
No. We're all right. Just wanted to. I don't know. I'm sorry. And she'll kind of like awkwardly start to turn her back and walk away.
You can hear her begin to try to stifle any tears and crying as the door closes behind you.
I'll meet up with Fodder.
Okay. Justin, that item should now be on your character sheet.
I'm looking. What do I see? Is it under equipment? Or
It should be under equipment, yeah.
Reload, maybe. That'll do it. I'm not seeing it yet.
Huh. Does it need to be active, or because I can see, I refreshed the page and I can see it on yours. It's
I got it. There it is. Good job. Great. You would like me to read which part would you like me to read?
You can read all of it if you want.
Okay. This is Chirurgeons syringe. The Chirurgeons syringe is a medical tool given to only the most proven of doctors. It is a mark of rank amongst the Chirurgeon. The syringe is presented to the elected Chirurgeon by Sigismund, the good doctor himself, in a harrowing ritual. The ritual itself is a surgery, that the chirurgeon must perform on themselves. They are tasked to remove an organ of their choosing. The syringe contains a painkiller that the doctor can use during their own surgery. The less of the painkiller they use, the higher they are looked upon by their colleagues. It's an intricate syringe made of metal and glass. The point is still sharp enough to draw blood. And inside the vial contains a small amount of yellowish liquid that bubbles when held still. Look what I found.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
wouldn't use that. It doesn't look right.
It's strange. Vader reaches into his bag and takes out one of his candles that he carries with him for holy rites and things like that, and just takes off a piece of wax and dulls the tip of the syringe.
Okay.
Sort of just puts the wax on it so it doesn't give it an accidental poke. Because we don't share needles here on the Lost City of Vedranis.
It's
then
the one
he's
thing that
going-
nobody does in the city.
Nobody does it. And he's going to sort of like put it in his pocket and say, oh, maybe one of the local people know what it does. I found a sword, and he holds up the scimitar like an idiot.
And I will just say, just like kind of the weird, kind of gamey element to this. Any lore item that you pick up, like if you have the description of it, like your character also knows.
I know what this does. Whoa! It's like a painkiller. Yeah.
A painkiller.
Oh,
So you're telling me that? Oh, this is uncomfortable. She just kind of like winces and like looks at the syringe, just kind of like thinking about like what it could mean. You said there's only a little bit left, or is there a lot?
how much is left?
Let me double check. It should say on there.
Oh, okay.
It just says a small amount,
Okay, so like
so it's almost gone.
Sure.
But there's still enough. There's still enough to see it in there.
they must not have been looked on highly then.
I guess not. But he was the leader of this group.
Well, let us hope that those we come into contact next won't be any stronger.
I hope not. I want some more stew. Can we go back to Adrian's house?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Sneak off in the shadows.
Okay. Is there anything that Nock and Kimura are doing while the other two are off?
Yeah. Kimura has very hastily unshouldered her rifle and placed it down and started working on it after her misfire incident. Why this early on in the campaign? Why? And while she's kind of not aggressively, but you can tell she's irritated whilst it's happening, and she's kind of trying to unjam part of the mechanism and stuff like that. While she's doing that, you hear her call out. She's not facing Nock, but she calls out and goes, "So what was your plan?"
Nock is sitting down with his axe. He's got a rag and he's cleaning off some of the blood that was on his obsidian axe. He says, "My plan? What do you mean?"
I thought so. You did not have one, did you?
No. I heard someone crying. They sounded sad. Found a little girl. She was being taken away. There's no plan. Sounded like any plan what the hell we're doing in this damn city. It popped out of nowhere. But my plan: save the little girl, give her back to her mother, father, whatever have you, and then attain just a little bit more glory as soon as we get to the centipede. Just add another story for Nock.
Right.
That way I can get my statue.
Okay. So how did your side dish of glory go then? Did you achieve what you set out to do, Nock?
Can't really say that I did. How about yourself? Did you set out to accomplish what you needed to do?
The rest of us are alive. So yes, I did. But if it were up to me, we would have approached them, not run at them. They were not necessarily enemies until you ran at them. Perhaps we could have had a better assessment of the situation before engaging. Would you not agree?
Listen here, lady. If you don't like my style of how I go ahead and do what needs to be done, you guys, I'll go ahead and bark up another tree. At least find another big 9-foot rock man to go ahead and talk to.
I have dealt with many people like you before, Nock.
Have you?
You are big, and you are strong, and you know how to fight. But you lack some finesse. Perhaps next time, if you wish for your endeavor to be successful, we should assess the situation.
I assist. I put you and the other little scrimpy bastard up on a building. I assist. I heard screaming. Calls for help. I assist. I made my way there. If anything, I put myself right on the front line so the rest of us can go ahead and do our damn job. Which is... kill this damn centipede. You know what's on the way? The bird bastards. A little girl. Regardless. If I were to go ahead and save her, great. If not, our mission still continues. We will collect our money, the same as we will collect our glory, regardless of your finesse.
All I'm saying is that no matter how big you are, if you charge into the fog of war without thinking first, regardless of what you hear or what you think, you might find yourself never emerging from that fog again. This time you were lucky.
He just laughs. And he slaps his thighs with all of his other trinkets on there, and he goes, I consider myself to be the one who was on the side of luck, unlike everybody else is on the other side of my axe. When that stops working for me, I'll start questioning finesse. And he turns back over. He kind of like turns. He turns like a big boy, like shoulder shrug over to kind of turn away from Kimura, and he's just washing the rest of his axe.
Could I please roll to fix my goddamn rifle?
You sure can. You guys, as you guys are kind of left in silence for a moment, as you guys kind of go back to your own endeavors. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll a Tinker's check. I think is what it is.
Yeah. What am I doing on my sheet for that? That's a good question.
So for Tinker's tools, I'm pretty sure you roll D20 plus your proficiency bonus, and then whatever stat you add to there's a certain stat that you add. It's like it would be your spellcasting modifier, but it's a certain one, and that's what you add all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so Tinker's tool should have a stat.
The only thing is, I don't think I actually have the Tinker's tool on my thingy sheet.
You just have to add them. So what? So yeah, proficiency. So roll your. I don't know if it'd be an intelligence or dexterity.
I think it's dexterity for Tinker's
Dexterity.
tools.
So it'd be your dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it would be a D20
Plus 7?
plus 7.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Is there actually an option to free roll on the system we're using currently?
So yeah, if you go into Roll20 and
I'll
do
just go into- yeah,
/
just go into-
roll and do
yeah.
that, that will work.
No problemo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and pow.
11. Does it say if you have a...
Yes, so
DC
it's,
to repair?
it is 8 plus the misfire score, which for my rifle is 2, which would make 10, so I just about made that.
Okay, yeah. It was...
Just about.
Yeah, it was... As you look, you're kind of looking, and yeah, like the hammer or whatnot got stuck, and like the round actually got like jammed up, and so you actually have to like pick it apart a little bit and re-clean it and things like that. It's going to take you a little bit of time, but you are able to repair it.
Okay, so whilst I realise it's a bit of a tough job, an intricate job, given how close that thing was, you just hear me kind of like muttering to myself, obviously in displeasure. Is Calder in the room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like there's only like one room in this house. There's like one door that goes back somewhere else, but for the most part, everything's in one room.
Okay. Right. So, I go, Calder.
Yes, Captain Kimura.
Please come over here.
He's kind of like sitting semi-close to not kind of like listening to when he got called a skimpy bastard or whatever. He didn't really say anything.
It was a scrawny
bastard. And he's just like, okay. And he kind of like goes to the other side of the room where you're sitting. And yes.
See this? And she's like sliding a mechanism back. I need you to hold that in place for me.
Is it going to... Is it safe?
Oh no, if you let go, I will lose my finger. So make sure you hold it in place. Unless you want to stop and you can put your finger down the barrel.
But I think Nock would be quite qualified to hold it. I don't know if I...
No, unfortunately, he has the ability to assess. Hold it.
Nock turns around and goes, "That and big fingers."
Okay. And he, with his like lanky, oddly proportioned fingers, he holds.
Okay,
the
so
hammer.
she gets some tools and she starts kind of maneuvering some things inside there, and it's a heavy mechanism. It's quite a clunky mechanism. So I'm like, honestly, if you let that go, I will lose a finger.
Please don't remind me. I don't want to think about that. And the more you say it, the more difficult it gets to hold the thing.
Okay, just hold it still. Just don't do anything.
I want nothing more in this world right now than just to...
Calder. Cool. Keep it cool.
Nice.
You did not do too bad out there. You you know how to follow orders, unlike some other people.
Well, I've spent most of my life being told what to do. I think it's quite a good qualification for certain things.
Well, I must say, you are beginning to prove yourself slightly, but you're going to have to show some initiative. You can't be following me around like a lost lamb forever.
But you told me to follow you.
I don't know.
If you tell me to follow you, do you not want me to not follow you?
You ask too many questions.
Sorry. As he just continues to try to hold this. As you're kind of working, Adrian comes around and he kind of looks, he's like, I've never seen quite a contraption like that before. What do you call this thing?
Well, I call it my namesake. This long piece is a thorn. It's a thunder thorn.
Yes. Quite interesting. I think I'm getting too old to... It's quite interesting.
It is very loud, but it gets the job done.
I see. You lot aren't from Vedranis, I take it. There's an air about you.
Here and there, not Vedranis, but I am familiar with the previous territories. Before this happened.
Before what happened?
before it returned from nowhere. Vedranis has been gone for 900 years.
What do you mean?
Knock perks up. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I know that the city has. I remember the day it happened, and everywhere the city went, or didn't go for that matter, but time eludes me. You said 100 years.
Yes, 100. It's a long time.
Kind of like looks at himself like, interesting.
Man, a human? You're a human man?
Yeah.
Yeah, you be long dead by now, especially if you didn't age that much. Understand your look. So you're saying you don't remember anything from it when it disappeared to when it came back?
I remember stars falling from the sky. It was the most beautiful and the most horrifying thing that I have ever seen. And then, well, so much happened. What is Kimura and Nock? What is your passive insight?
Passive insight, okay. 15. It's 10 plus mod, right?
Yeah, it should say on your character sheet, under your senses.
15, yeah.
15, okay.
Yeah, you said passive, what now?
Insight,
Insight? Yeah, it's 12.
12. Kimura, I'm going to send you a message. About this time, Wisp and Vodder, you return.
I found a sword.
And I found your mask. I toss it to him.
Yes.
He starts going ahead and taking one of those leather strands hanging from his pants and starts to tie the mask around the leather strands around his waistband.
Poor bastard. Miss Gurna, talk to Wisp.
Yes, I apologized for her daughter, and her mother knew she was sick. I told her she was probably better off knowing that she would be next, so she was probably saved by us. I'm not quite sure if that made it worse, but it was the truth.
Maybe she's safe. And Vodder goes over and like scoops another bowl of stew. Probably scraping the bottom, you know.
About this point, yeah. Nog has had so many.
Yeah.
Where'd all the stew go?
And he turns around and he says,
Maybe we can go there and see if she needs to be there or help her. I don't think we can go now.
and he turns to Atrid and he says,
The Chirurgeons, the masked people, bird bastards. How many of them are there?
I do not know. Dozens, hundreds. They scour the entirety of the market. It'll take you a good while to cross the market itself, though they tend to stick near the market itself and the old Crocus Island. I don't know how many there are. The old Crocus Island, yes. It is much too late for you to be traveling, and if you'd do me the kindness, I would insist that you stay here for the night. You look
Well, you look like shit, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Oh,
And I mean that in the kindest way possible. You are more than welcome to spend the night here, and that will get the crows off your tail as well. I can fetch some blankets and cushions for you. There's a bed that you are more than welcome to use.
And he kind of points to this nicely made bed, like maybe one of you are even sitting on it.
One of you are more than welcome to sleep on there if you wish.
I can't just sleep on the floor. I have my bedroll.
So, somebody else can go ahead and sleep comfy. I got the floor.
Plops his big old rock butt down.
I-
He's down.
I should have asked this earlier. Is anybody hurt?
As like Wisp uncomfortably moves towards something that's not the floor, because I imagine that is like the whole surface area of the floor being taken up. She just kind of like raises a hand as she goes to like sit on like whatever's being pulled out.
And just so you guys are aware, as far as ruling goes in the homebrewness, if you guys are at half HP or lower, you are technically bloodied, and so you'd need to bandage first before you can. Essentially, you need a bandage first before you can gain the
Spell
benefits
slots
of
or
healing
hit dice,
and
yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, so then would we need to start buying bandages?
We have some.
We
yeah,
have
you need,
some.
Yeah, and you can make some
Okay.
if you can like find like old material, like sheets
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Okay, cool. Because
But
I imagine
Chiron gave you some.
okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, imagine Wisp has got some like random like rags that she could just probably rip up to. But if we have bandages, she'll probably sit down, take out one of the bandages and bandage herself and start to do that. And then, you know,
If Vader sees this, Vader's like, no, here. Let me. And he'll go up there and just apply the bandages, try to doctor the wound a little bit.
I don't know if there's. Let me double check and see if there's a check for it. So yeah, it says what it says is while bloodied, you must use a bandage or other first aid material in order to spend any hit die and recover hit points when
I guess
resting.
we just kind of expend it.
Yeah, essentially expend a bandage. Let's see.
I mean, I can make a medicine check if you want to see if I know how to put it on.
Yeah, it says you can spend 1 hour to treat a wound using first aid knowledge and supplies. Make an intelligence medicine or wisdom medicine check, DC 10 to patch up the wound. A treated wound remains on your character, though it no longer causes exhaustion. But I don't think you're taking that's if you get knocked down to 0. So,
okay.
I
So we
think
could
you
just-
can just just say, hey, I bandage up. If you were like knocked to 0 HP, that's where you'd need to do a little bit more in depth. But you just need to like cover up like cuts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, you may use magical healing. You may use magical effects to heal a wound. You do not gain any hit points from the magic in doing this. However, all the spell's powers are on you, and that's like a
But
lingering
wounds are
wound.
0, right? If you drop
Yeah,
to 0.
So yeah, you guys are. Yeah,
Okay.
you just need to essentially bandage up, and then like you guys, if you want to take a rest and do all that.
Okay.
Are you gonna be okay? Do you need a potion or anything?
I should be all right for now. I should be
Okay.
all right.
You should sleep on the bed.
Sure. And she'll like move to be on the bed, and I am going to immediately pass out.
Adrid goes into the back room and returns a little while later. Like not very long. It looks like it's just a closet, and he brings out some blankets and whatnot for you guys. And he turns to you and says,
Is there anything else that you might require?
Why are you being so nice? Sorry, I didn't know if that's rude to ask that.
No, no, certainly not. No. I have a question. Why shouldn't I be?
That's good. It's a good question. I like you.
I am an old man who's done far too much bad in this world. I feel like I need to do what I can to repay whatever I can.
You're very nice, thank you. He's gonna settle in on his bedroll. He's kind of doing like prayers, right? He's just
Mhm.
doing like his religious obeisance, you know, of the evening.
I'm a
Yeah.
I'm a volunteer for first. I'm gonna say watch because even though we're in a territory that might appear safe, Kimura would not watch.
Yeah, even if like you can, as you kind of like maybe like sit up and you're not like grabbing any of the blankets, Adra turns to you and says,
No, you rest. I can assure you I will alert you if anything runs amiss, but you should be safe here. Please, rest.
As much as you are being nice to us, this is still unfamiliar territory. And I will rest. Just not quite yet. Calder.
yeah. Yes, and he's like holding a blanket like around him.
I did not say you could release the mechanism.
He was still holding it. Oh boy.
Oh my! I'm so sorry. By the Lord, I'm so sorry. Come on, I am so sorry. I don't even know how to begin to ask for forgiveness. I do it all too much, and I still don't know how to do it properly. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Sorry,
He, like,
once
goes
would have
to-
sufficed. Don't worry. Just go back to your blankets.
I can still help if you. I thought we were finished.
You have to
I
let
d-
the oil add heat first. If you shut the mechanism too early, you will jam the mechanism up again.
I don't know anything about this sort of thing.
That is correct. You do not. It's fine. I will fix it throughout the night. Don't worry. You just sleep, or whatever these humans do for 8 hours plus a night.
Sleep is the proper word.
Good. Okay. I would like to have a chat with this man. I forgot his name. What's his name?
Adrid.
Adrid.
Yep.
It is Adrid.
EADRED.
It is Adrid, yeah. Okay. For some reason, I keep going to say Adris. Adrid, would you mind if we have a conversation?
Absolutely.
And he kind of stands up. He was sitting at like a small table. He stands up. Calder goes and like wraps himself up like in like the corner where like the bed, like the foot of the bed meets the hearth. And he kind of just like curls up and tries to find somewhere to be comfortable. But then yeah, Adrian will follow you.
Do we go anywhere like?
I mean, there's no like
sidebar?
where if you want. Yeah, he's sitting at a table that's just kind of like the house is kind of like a semi like L shape, and so like the table and kitchen area is like off up
Okay.
around the corner from the.
Because we don't need to go anywhere private for it, so it's
Oh.
just wherever's good. Okay. When you were talking to us, you were clutching something.
My. You're very astute. I can assure you. It's just a trinket.
She are we at a table?
Yeah.
She puts her sidearm down on the table. This is also a trinket. And believe it or not, Calder over there, he also likes trinkets. Now, normally, given you have been so kind, I would not be questioning you. But I am invested in the security of the rest of my people, who are here. If we are to sleep, I just want to make sure that we are safe. You understand, right?
I understand. Um, and kind of thinks to himself for a moment. If you insist. Though, I would like to preface this with an ask of you.
That depends.
This city is full of secrets and darkness, mysteries that will live on forever. There are also people in the city who wish to do me harm. If I am being quite frank with you, I am here in hiding. If I show you this trinket, can I have your promise that you will never tell anybody about my whereabouts?
You have my words.
Are you lying or are you telling the truth?
So, keep your secret.
I think in most circumstances she would keep that. It's kind of a method of she is genuine when she says that, but she's not averse to going back on her word if it's for a greater good. But she won't like sell somebody out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And he reaches into his pocket. He wavers for a moment as he has his hand clasped over whatever it is, and it's like on the table. And he turns his hand and shows you. What you see is it looks like a piece of a rock, like a shard, like a kind of a sharp shard of rock, almost like obsidian, but it also kind of looks like a dark granite. The thing that's interesting about it is there are emerald green veins that are kind of coursing through it and giving off a faint bit of light. The oppressive feeling that you have felt every day since entering Vedranis is twofold, as there is a power and a force that resonates from this small object.
The fuck
Well,
is
there
it?
you have it.
What is it?
The key to my survival.
Explain.
As I said, I am not originally from the Old Croak Market. I come from Rook and Roll, the slums to the west. There is that place is a nightmare, disguised as paradise. I used this to escape.
What does it do?
Even I don't know that question. All I know is that I willed to wake up. For as long as I could For as long as I was within this nightmare, I would ask such a thing. I came across this, and when I wished to wake up, I did. And now I am here, hiding from the curator of this nightmare.
It exudes something.
That it does.
And he closes his hand and puts it back in his pocket.
Is it a weapon?
I am not an expert on it, like I said. I simply wished for something to happen, and it happened. That is all I know.
So it's made your will a reality.
As far as I can tell.
Who else knows about this?
Just me. As far as I'm aware.
And now
And he kind of like looks down at the ground, yeah.
And now you.
that is a dangerous piece of information, is it not?
It is.
And you trust me with that?
I hope my kindness shows and speaks for me.
Alright. We have somebody with us who has a particular interest in weird things, gods, stuff like that. Would you be open to them taking a look?
He kind of looks about the room.
To which are you referring?
I point to Voda.
The bugbear? If I'm being frank, I don't know if I want to. I think it'd be wise to leave this where it is.
Very well. But, you change your mind. He knows a lot about, well, a lot of stuff. Not stuff that I can make sense of. And that I cannot make sense of.
I can assure you, he does not know about this.
Alright. Now just Kimura takes a handgun, slides it off the table. Then I will leave you to rest. And I thank you for your hospitality.
Yes, I thank you. But you can sleep. I do not require it.
Very well. She slinks off to a dark corner and sort of just makes herself comfortable.
Okay. You spend the next hour or 2 hour long you want to rest, and Adra does not sleep. He sits at the table, drinks tea, writes, reads. He displays no sign, other than the heavy bags under his eyes. He does not seem to tire. Or he doesn't seem to want to like fall asleep. Like he looks, I will say this, he looks fucking tired, but he does not sleep.
Based on the fact that I'm an elf, are the rules the same in Vedranis? I only have to trance for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I dead watch him for the other 4. I do not take my eyes off him.
He just spends his time reading. He'll occasionally look up and glance at you for a moment, looks you dead in the eyes, and then goes back to reading. Does not go into a trance. He does not nod off or anything. After a little while, he stands up. I'm gonna go for a bit of a stroll to stretch my legs. He kind of nods to you, quietly opens the door as to not wake anybody else, and closes it.
The house is a mimic, isn't it?
Advantage because you're in its mouth.
Just ow. We walked into the mouth. We are fools.
Straight up.
Is there anything else that you do, Kimura?
Has this building got a second floor?
No.
Shit. I'd like to amble over to the window. Or slink over to the window. Not amble, amble's like... I'm gonna slink.
Good word.
Okay.
And I'm gonna peek out, just like he was when we were being attacked by crows. Just out the window.
Good.
Which direction is he going?
He's heading down the hill, and it looks like he's just kind of... He walks up to the Chirurgeon whose bodies are still there. Kind of just like looks and just kind of like steps over the gore and then kind of just walks. And he seems to be taking a walk. He walks around the square of homes several times. After about 20 minutes, he walks back up the hill towards the house.
Okay. Gotta stretch them legs. Fair enough.
Cardio.
Hey, look, I get it. I've been in quarantine, okay? You just gotta get out and stretch them legs.
Haven't we all?
I too have had the bags under my eyes, tired as fuck, but can't sleep. I can relate to this, man. No, I go back to my corner before he gets back, and I just resume where I was staying.
Okay. Yeah, he walks back in, gives you a sidelong glance, and then returns to the chair and continues reading, as he does for the rest of the night and into the morning. The rest of you wake up. There is sometime during like the early hours, Adrid came through and like kind of stepped around you, grabbed the cauldron, cleaned it out, and began making like a porridge for you guys. So you guys have technically taken a short rest. I mean, a short rest is an hour, but you guys have rested. So if you want to expend any bandages that you have and use any hit die to recover some hit points or anything like that, you are more than welcome to do so. You can mark down 1 level of, I'll say 2 levels of sleep, so you're back to normal, just because you guys were able to sleep without taking any watches. Kimura, you're good as well. You only need the 4 hours.
So are we down to tired now?
We should be okay across the board.
You should be okay across the board now.
Okay, I did that wrong. We didn't all start with bandages, did we?
No, you didn't.
I am terrible at keeping my equipment list together.
That's something that I was thinking about too. I'm like, we got bandages and potions from Chiron.
Yeah, so there are.
I'm not sure if we ever decide who's keeping track of that. So that's something we'll talk about.
I have taken some damage but they were where she's wearing her long coat. Her collar's kind of half popped, so it's around her where her neck is. So she knows it's there, but it's not. I don't think it's too visible to everyone else that she's basically cut up around there. Was she able to kind of patch it in the night or not?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
So yeah, the ruling is if you're at half HP or less, you just need to bandage the wound before you can use hit die.
I don't need to bandage actually.
Yeah. So if you're not at half or below, you can just heal by taking a short rest and using your hit die.
Okay, perfect. Right. What is my hit die? Where is my hit die? Who is my hit die?
I'll do you one better.
Why is my hit die?
Why is your hit die?
If Nock does not say why is Kimura,
Yeah.
at some point in this campaign, it is a failure.
I will not miss out on that opportunity. I will
Honest-
not. I will not let you down.
I've got like three Marvel lines for Nock that I want to use at some point, and I just don't want to give them away. I'm like, I need to use these.
Keep them on the
Thoroughly
back burner.
excited.
So yeah, you should be able to take like a short rest in D&D Beyond by clicking short rest, and it should allow you to choose like how many hit die you expend, and it will give you the stuff that you
it's to
get
the
back.
right.
And,
Amazing. Okay. I am not
Okay. Okay,
going.
that's good. That's good. That's good.
I am not going to use hit die.
I used one.
I also.
Where is it? Where is hit die? It is my first day.
So if you on the top third button over should say short rest. Hit short rest. It should pop up something on the right hand side. Then in that box there should be a little rolly thing, and it says roll hit dice.
Ah,
There you go. Ooh,
Don't know
that's
why
a
it's doing
big
it
number.
twice, but I'll take it.
Full HP, baby,
It's
baby.
a big number.
Nock
Yeah,
is
that's a
very
big
happy
one.
about his full belly. Full health. That scimitar that hit me earlier was nothing but a scratch.
And as everybody's doing that and just sort of bandaging up stuff from the night before, Vader sort of just is looking at everyone. He says, I can use divine magic to heal if you want, but only in emergencies. We should use the potions too, okay? How many potions do we have? Anyone? Did we count them ever?
Can we count?
he gave you
Yeah.
4.
4, yeah.
Do you want me to keep these or someone else?
I had them originally. I put them
Okay.
in my bag, so
You should.
she,
You
yeah,
should do
she
it,
would
and
take
so
them
if
out.
I fall down, then you
Yes.
can use them. And okay.
Yeah. And she'll like start taking them out. Does everybody get one, or are you carrying these?
I don't want to carry them because
Oh, okay.
I
We
mean,
should-
if one of you gets hurt, I can heal you in an emergency. But if I get hurt and I'm having all the potions, what if I fall on top of them?
We should distribute.
Or
Sure. And she'll
Yeah,
give everyone.
distribute.
She'll give everyone a potion.
Okay.
I hand over my potion to Calder.
No, I did not even get a scratch during that last fight.
Oh,
You
then
Ooh,
I will
okay,
take yours instead.
great.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
No, take this. Just because you did not get scratched in one fight does not mean you might not die in the next. Just take the potion.
I don't plan on dying.
Take the damn potion.
Okay, and he takes
Yelling
it
at
out of the. He like takes it out of your hand and like clasps it like it's some like fragile deer thing to him or whatnot.
I just kind of side eye slowly to Nock, like.
Leadership.
Nock's gonna grab his axe and start walking towards the front door. He needs to stretch, like actually stretch.
Limber up.
Fits his way out the door. Limbering up. One dudes. So if my head outside is it midday? Is it
That's morning. It's morning. It's probably about 7 or 8 in the morning. It is rather, I mean, not like super difficult to tell, but like you guys know you've been heading in a northward direction, so I'd say roundabout. You can see the sun like as it's behind like the haze, the brackish haze of the city. So it's almost like it's like a dirty, overcast day, but you can kind of see the sun beginning to rise and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna mosey my way outside and start stretching. Can I make a perception check to see if I can see the bodies from where I am, to see if there's any birds or anything else that are feasting on sick corpses?
Absolutely. I don't. Yeah, if you want to roll a perception, I don't think it's absolutely necessary because they're right fucking there.
Right, yeah, well,
but there are definitely crows pecking at the bodies. As you kind of are sitting there, like one of them turns and looks at you, and it's got like an eye hanging from its mouth, and it's like, and it flies away.
I thought it would have dropped the eye when it went off.
Yeah, picks it back up and flies away. But yeah, there are several crows pecking at the bodies.
Okay, all right. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to go ahead and limber up, and I just want to poke my head down into the doorway and ask Mr. Adrian,
what's the fastest way to the market?
Well, to the market, you say.
Well, this is all the market.
Right, but the market proper, where the Chirurgeons usually reside. If you head up this road to the northeast for about a day, you will come to another fork, T, in the road. If you head backwards to the southeast, you will come across the market in a few days.
Does that match what we thought about where this giant bug is?
No, it's in a different direction.
We were a day out, I think.
You were a day out from the
Yes.
bug, so the bug is to the
Northwest.
It's almost, well, it's actually almost like directly north of you now,
Okay.
by your best estimates. If you were to go to the market, it would be the opposite direction. So, as he kind of tells you, so where you want to go is for the bug is north. To the market is to the east.
Okay.
all right. Knock nods and let somebody else go ahead and what's your morning routine?
Just watching knock.
Obviously, take an opportunity to step outside as well. Just before I head out, I just turned to Wisp. Like, Wisp, you looked at the bodies.
Not really. That was fodder.
Vodder,
Huh?
you looked at the
What?
bodies.
Yeah.
Did anybody have a dagger?
Yeah, there was a dagger out there. I didn't take it though.
All right.
I got this, and he pulls out the scimitar. Heedlessly.
Careful. You might knock out somebody's eye or something.
Sure, kid.
But there was a dagger on one of their belts.
Thank you. I will.
Do you need a dagger? I have a dagger. And he pulls his dagger off. He's like, here. I'm not going to use this.
It's fine. Use it as backup. I will go get the one not in use. You keep yours.
Okay. I've got the scimitar.
And I
Raise it
have
around.
more than one weapon also. Trust me.
Oh. Yeah. I know your weapon is loud, though. I don't like
I like it that way. She heads out the door.
It's too loud. He's left there talking to himself. It's like a big boom. And does everyone know where we are?
Yeah. So, Kamora, you're gonna head to the
Yes.
bodies.
To the
Okay.
yeah, to the bodies. Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach, there's several. I mean, there's probably like a dozen crows, and they all just kind of turn and look at you. They don't fly away as you approach.
She just shoot. God damn it.
One of them, you see one turn and look at another one, and then it turns back.
Oh! Okay. She pulls her sidearm and just points it, and then just like kind of does that thing where she just shoot. Oh!
I'm gonna learn how to speak bird, that way I know if they're talking shit.
They're talking mad shit.
I could almost guarantee, based on how the crows have been so far, they're probably talking shit.
Knock frowns hard.
I just walk up to them and I decide to ignore them.
Okay. Yeah, there's like some of them, like as like you maybe reach towards the dagger, like a couple of them like nip at you, but they don't like outright attack you. They're still like, yeah, they're still like they're edgy. They're edgy crows. But you're able to grab.
They shop at Hot Topic.
Edgelord crows.
The edgiest crows.
No, why'd I say that?
I listen to Brendan Urie, not Panic at the
They
Disco.
fly away. They fucking fly away. I'm had enough of this shit. Yeah, you're able to grab the. You're able to grab the dagger.
You had to say edgy, man. Like a
Yeah,
comb
I
over
don't
crow.
know why I
Comb
said
over
that.
crow.
It was the first thing that popped into my head.
Feathers are dyed blue on the tips. Fucking edgiest.
I
fucking
mean,
crow.
one of them does have some feathers out of place that might look like a mohawk, but
One of them has their beak pierced.
Does one of them flip me the bird before it flies off?
That's some birdception right there.
no. But they fly away, and one of them poops on your shoulder.
Does it
chuckle.
legit does it?
I mean, I can roll an attack to see if it hits you. like-
Please. Entertain me.
Up to you, DM.
What's their agility? Or their dexterity?
They're pretty edgy.
Edgiest bird.
The charisma must be through the roof.
You get hit on the head. It rolled a 20.
Oh my god.
For real?
Pinpoint accuracy. Don't fuck with these crows anymore.
I
Just points and laughs.
I look at Nock for a second as if like I'm pissed off, and then I literally just look at the bird flying away and just with my pistol and just identify, and I wait, and then I fire.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh my god.
Fucker.
You guys ready for combat again? Just kidding.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Get
so,
this bird
I'm so
identification card.
sorry.
I'm inside.
I cannot
Nice.
I cannot abide by insubordinance.
Especially no bird.
17.
Yeah, fuck that bird.
Wait, do I do
There's
do I
a
even roll-
mo-
Should I even roll
You don't
damage?
even. I mean, you can. You don't need to. They've got 1 HP themselves. Like just the 1 HP. You know.
Oh, I'm
There's a moment where
13.
they make like they start circling back, and then make a perception check.
Damn insubordinance. Yeah, roll a perception check.
You can all roll a perception check too if you want.
22.
I'm inside.
Okay.
Really, I imagine like Nock and I are like we hear something going on. We're trying to like look out the window and try to like see what's going on, but we just can't get the right angle, I guess.
You know, what's going on?
Yeah.
Calder's in the way now, like he's taking up the window, you know. Kamora, as these things are about to dive bomb and attack you again as you probably reload or whatever, you hear a sound, a familiar sound that you heard a few nights ago while on your watch. You hear very far off in the distance the sound of some sort of hog, some sort of pig squealing. When you hear this, the birds veer out away from you and begin heading in that direction. And as you guys maybe prepare to decide where you're headed next on your journey, we're gonna end there for the night.
Kill a
Next
centipede.
time
Let's
on-
do it.
Let's do it.
My body's ready.
Oh my goodness, that was
fun. That was so fun.
something.
That was
I
so
want to know how
fun.
big this pig is and can knock ride it.
I'm
Find
worried
out
it's
next time.
not a pig. I'm so worried it's
Statue
not a
Of a
pig.
Goliath on a pig.
War pig.
Some people have statues
War
on
pig.
horses. Knock.
Not
There's-
On a giant
It's
war,
war
pig.
pig.
There's a
Iron
lot
So
of
it's a
stuff
war
going
ball.
on in this. There's a lot of stuff going on in this city, and yeah, you guys are only like grasping like sounds and just getting the surface of it, really. So,
Oh,
There's birds of prey today, man. So many
Birds of Prey. That should have been the fucking title of the
the
episode.
title.
An
But-
attempted murder.
Attempted murder. I think ACN said something like "murder
good
this
one.
way
That's
comes"
a
or
good one.
something.
That's a good
one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is gonna do it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Let's just go around. Let us know where we can find you. Let's start with Ray. Just let us know where we can find you.
Cool. Hey, I'm Ray. I'm with a brick in chat. That I just posted a smiley face. Go follow me. I am kind of taking a small break from streaming, but I'll be back very soon with games and all fun things like that. I play Wisp, as you see here. I love this group. I love this game. I love this everything murder of crows we always deal with. I can't wait until next week. But until then, we'll see y'all.
Awesome. Justin, where can we find
What's
you?
up? Well, right now I'm here.
Oh, hi.
I'm Justin. I'm Doc Rimbo. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitch. I'm Doc Rimbo in the Wild RP Discord and everywhere else. And I you know what? Sometimes I'm on my channel, but really I'm looking forward to this. I'll be coming up on some guest spots on some shows later this month, but for right now, I'm just looking forward to next Thursday.
Awesome. Derek, where can we find you?
See, hello. My name is Derek from Atop Derek Mountain. You can find me at that name, Atop Derek Mountain, on Twitch, Twitter, wherever the spans of content source that you like to go ahead and consume. I will be around. Thank you for coming here though, because on an InfiniteRP, we fight birds.
We fight birds. We shoot
We
and
fight
kill
birds.
birds.
And we don't share needles.
And we don't.
Damn right. Yeah. She's got a gun.
Damn
My favorite thing.
straight. Oh my god.
And now
Thank you,
it's
thank you.
said every time.
Yep. That's another t-shirt. Isla, where can we find you?
You can find me at your local t-shirt factory cranking out what seems to be 50 t-shirts worth of memeage and quotes already. We're only on episode 3. I love it. You can find me here every Thursday at 8 p.m. EST, playing this bitch. Captain Gamora Thunderfawn, who likes to shoot birds and whatnot. And Cole has turned into a...
Oh my god, he's a blob
Oh my
monster.
Jesus, I'm looking at the stream. Don't look at me.
You're like Jabba the Hutt, but worse.
Kiki, Riki, Bon Kiki.
He's been gotten by the grey goo. He has been consumed. The old gods have found him. And I'm afraid, rest in peace, Cole.
You chew that.
F in chat, please. Anyway, he's back. And he's back. He's a bit laggy, but he's back. And we got F's in chat. Thank you very much. Yes, you can also find me over on Kuvenet's channel as well. Kuvenet, I see you lurking here. Announce yourself. Where we play spy game. Where I play Phoenix, another dirtbush who likes to hack instead of shoot. Basically, kind of an opposite going on there. Other than that, I do have my own channel at Phoenixova and at Phoenixova on Twitter as well, where I will be getting back into streaming. I just made a new character on Wild RP, who I aim to be playing a fair amount. Salazar Slade. If you're interested in anarcho-communists and low-key Satanists, check me out. So yeah, I will not hog the airtime anymore. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. I am Lacuna
Boba.
RP. Boba. I was trying to get him up here, but he's being a beast. I'm Lacuna RP. I stream occasionally when I feel like it. But you can usually find me on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on InfiniteRP doing DM prep for this campaign. So if you're interested in kind of the behind the scenes, the behind the screen plug, you can come hang out. I quite occasionally actually have chat help me create characters and ideas and things, and we kind of just brainstorm together. It's actually been really fun. So make sure you, if you're interested in that, come hang out. And as well, if you're not a part of the Discord, make sure you join the Discord if you want to talk about this stuff.
Join the goddamn Discord. Anyway,
We're not going to ask you that meanly, but
sorry, don't
do it or you're dead to us.
do it.
Just kidding.
We'll stick the crows on you. No.
Take the potion.
Also, if you haven't already, and you are interested in keeping up to date with things, and you've only caught part of this episode, yes, of course, you can watch the VOD on Twitch, but you can also subscribe to us on YouTube, where we post our episodes, and we also post, I believe we're going to be posting the behind the screen episodes as well, a couple of days after broadcast, and we're going to build up a nice little collection there for you if you wish to go back and watch those or catch those. So give us a follow over there as well. Other than that, you're free to do as you like.
All right.
You
Well,
can eat that?
huh?
You can eat that?
I'm giving him love, dude.
Derek.
No, I was hungry, man. I'm sorry. Shit.
No, not my boy.
You got food on the camera, so I was like,
Oh my goodness.
What he's trying to say is he's so cute, just wants to eat him up.
indeed.
Fair enough.
Thank you so
Fair
much.
enough.
Saved you. I saved you.
All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for being here tonight. We love you. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.